Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jason West live. So excited to share some things with my friends and family of the West Clinic, the patients, and the team about some outcomes that we're getting in the office that are really fun to talk about, but also to talk about the coronavirus and the pandemic. And I'm getting more and more feedback from people across the country of the protocol that's helping them so that they aren't as worried about being sick. And even some of the people that may have been developing some of the symptoms associated with it, we're hammering them with vitamin A and vitamin C and zinc. And if you have concerns about having a viral infection, as much as possible, get your immune system working, get some IV vitamin C, use the best options that you have in medicine, and also don't forget about oxidative medicine. Now, the purpose of this post is to tell people, one, a really cool patient example, but also to remind people Thursday night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time on YouTube and on Facebook, we're doing a live cast and it is going to be epic. We had it last week. We answered over 30 questions about healthcare conditions. It was so good and it was so fun. We're going to do it again this week, Thursday night, Facebook Live. And we also have something that's really, really neat associated with that, and that is a patient giveaway, a prize giveaway. I'm giving away some liposomal vitamin C. This is one of my favorite things to give people, and here's why. It really acts to go across the membrane of your stomach. You take a vitamin C, you mix it with a fat, and it's like getting almost like an IV vitamin C. It's so good for your immune system. It's been incredibly hard to get a hold of because it's so effective. And I'm going to be able to give that away for people. And what we're going to do with that is you just have to answer two questions. If you want to get in the prize giveaway from liposomal vitamin C, here's what the questions are. Number one, how many copies of photocopies did my dad give away in his 5 decades of practice? So he was really proud of people that were coming in, and what they would do is he would give them a handout of research on different literature and information, and it was just really, really fun to watch him do that. We're trying to do the same thing, videos that he did with photocopies. Number one question, how many photocopies did he give away in his 50-year career? That's question one. Question two, please give me some ideas of what we can talk about Thursday, and tune in Thursday night at 7 o'clock for our live cast on Facebook and YouTube. And I also wanted to share with you guys this. There's some really neat things that are happening in the media. I've been on a whole bunch of different talk radio shows all across the country, Fox News. We've also been on CBS. We're getting ready to do another Fox TV program Friday as a healthy living expert. And we're talking about what you can do to be healthy, what foods you should be eating, how you should be sleeping, what water intake, exercise, why sleeping in your partner's t-shirt might help you get better rest. Just some really fun topics over there. And if you haven't seen them on the news, don't worry. We've put it together, all of our media inside a members-only Facebook group, and it's also a membership group that we have compiled all of that stuff and put it together, and I'm just really excited to share that with people. Now, something that we're excited to talk to you about is a real-life patient example of candida and yeast and what happens. In a minute, you're going to meet Rowen. Rowen came into the office 5 years ago, and he just had a really, really rough rash on his mouth. His mom used motions and lotions and potions and couldn't get it better, and I was able to follow up with him about 4 or 5 years later. I can't wait for you to check out this story, you guys. Meet Rowen, and then afterwards I'm going to tell you exactly what we did to help him. Check this out. Candida, yeast, fungus. Is it real? Is it not real? Well, I'm Dr. Jason West, and I'm going to share with you a really neat story of a little boy named Rowen that came into the office with just one of the worst yeast infections I've ever seen. It was all over his face and his mouth, and you can see the pictures here. And they were treating him with a steroid cream and then an antibiotic cream, and then literally mom put every lotion and potion and everything that she could think of. And it was such a rewarding experience to have Rowen's mom come into the office and say, guess what? You haven't seen him for about 5 years. Take a look at what Rowen looks like now. Now here's what we did for Rowen, is we gave the body what he needs, and specifically some things for candida. So my favorite thing to use for that is something called mycoside and something called CK Destruct. Now, what CK Destruct is for is it's called Candida Killer Destruction. It specifically goes after yeast. And if you stimulate the immune system, if you work on the spleen, if you work on the thymus gland and give the body what it needs, you can have outcomes just like this. So fun to work with Rowen and to see him 5 years later, a happy, healthy little boy. And there is some options and considerations for yeast. If you have a yeast infection, please reach out to me. You can direct message or send us an email at info@westcliniconline.com. This is Dr. Jason West.